You don't have a motivation problem. If that were true, motivational videos would have fixed you by now, but they haven't. You start strong, you feel inspired, you plan everything, and then you disappear. Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, but because you are trying to perform at a level your identity has not accepted. That's the truth nobody tells you. You are not undisciplined. You are internally divided. And until you fix that division, you will keep restarting your life every Monday. Stay with me, because once you understand this, motivation becomes irrelevant. Because you don't wake up unmotivated. You wake up confused. Confused about who you are. And when a man is confused about his identity, he negotiates with discipline. He delays action. He chases dopamine. He calls it lack of motivation. But motivation was never the problem. Identity was. And until you fix that, nothing will change.
Let's talk about it. Most people are addicted to motivation. They scroll for it, they watch it, they save it, they screenshot it. But motivation is emotional fuel, and emotions fluctuate. Identity does not. The wealthy don't wake up asking, "Do I feel like doing this today?" They wake up knowing, "This is who I am." That's the difference. When action is tied to emotion, you're unstable. When action is tied to identity, you're unstoppable. You say you want discipline, but discipline without identity is torture, because you are forcing yourself to act like someone you have not decided to become. That's internal conflict. And internal conflict drains energy. This is why you feel tired. Not because life is hard, but because you are divided. One version of you wants comfort, another version wants dominance. And you haven't chosen which one is real. Identity is a decision, not a feeling. The moment a man decides, "I am disciplined," he no longer debates workouts. The moment he decides, "I am a builder," he no longer debates showing up. The moment he decides, "I am wealthy in mindset," he stops thinking like a victim. Identity simplifies life because it removes negotiation. And negotiation is where dreams die. Look at elite performers. Kobe Bryant did not rely on motivation. He relied on identity. He identified as relentless. Cristiano Ronaldo does not wake up asking if he feels like training. He identifies as elite. Elon Musk does not wait for inspiration. He identifies as a builder. Different industries, same psychology. Identity first, emotion second. Here's what most people don't understand. If you constantly struggle to be consistent, it is not because you are lazy. It is because your identity is still average. And average identities create average behaviors. You cannot outperform your self-image for long. Eventually, you will fall back to the level of who you believe you are. That is law. So the real question isn't, how do I stay motivated? The real question is, who have I decided to be? There are 3 identity levels. Level 1, reactive identity. This person reacts to circumstances. Good mood, productive. Bad mood, disappears. Level 2, aspirational identity. This person wants to be disciplined, talks like it, plans like it, but hasn't committed internally. Level 3, embodied identity. This person has decided. No announcement, no noise, no drama, just execution. Wealth lives at level 3.
You say you want money, but let me ask you something uncomfortable. Do you identify as someone who can handle money responsibly? Because desire is common. Identity is rare. You say you want influence, but do you identify as someone who studies when no one is watching? You say you want freedom, but do you identify as someone who sacrifices comfort now instead of begging for comfort later? Here's the truth no one tells you. Identity determines tolerance, and tolerance determines results. Look around. Most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because their identity is fragile. Weak identity? Low tolerance for boredom. Low tolerance for pressure. low tolerance for silence. Strong identity, high tolerance for discomfort. High tolerance for repetition. High tolerance for being unseen. This is why some people quit after 30 days, and others build for 10 years, with no applause, no validation, no proof they're winning. They are not emotionally stronger. They are internally clearer. Clarity creates power. When you know who you are, you stop negotiating with yourself. So how do you build identity? Not affirmations, not vision boards, not posting quotes you don't live by. You build identity with evidence. Small, repeated, undeniable proofs. Wake up early? Evidence. Keep your word? Evidence. Finish what you start? Evidence. Train when tired? Evidence. Study when you don't feel like it? Evidence. Each action casts a vote, not for motivation, for who you believe you are. And eventually, you don't hope you're disciplined. You know you are. That certainty is dangerous, because once identity locks in, consistency becomes automatic. You stop asking, should I do this? You just do it. The wealth matrix is not about hype, not loud ambition, not emotional intensity. It is about alignment. When who you believe you are matches what you do daily, momentum becomes natural. And when momentum becomes natural, wealth becomes predictable. Not lucky, not random, predictable. This is calm power, silent execution, structured identity. So here is your assignment. Stop chasing motivation. Motivation is emotional. Identity is structural. Instead, ask yourself, who must I become for my goals to feel normal? Not exciting, not scary, normal. Because when greatness feels normal, you have crossed the line. And once you cross that line, there is no going back. You don't lack motivation. You lack identity. Fix that, and motivation becomes irrelevant. Decide who you are, then move like it. Silently, consistently, relentlessly. No announcement, no countdown, just action. Welcome to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share to your loved ones for more mindset strategies that turns discipline to wealth.